India is often cited as the most marriage-obsessed culture on Earth, yet 40% of its urban youth say the institution isn't important. If current surveys on financial independence and parental pressure continue to trend, participation in Indian marriage is projected to fall from 95% today to just 15% by 2040. This shift is mirrored across the globe. Morgan Stanley data suggests by 2030, 45% of U.S. women will be unmarried. In China, marriage rates hit their lowest point in 46 years, despite aggressive government efforts to promote family life. We are living through a strange contrast. Gen Z possesses more social freedom and fewer stigmas than any generation in human history, yet they are reporting the lowest rates of romance and sexual intimacy on record. Part of this paralysis stems from anticipatory grief. Young people are saturated with content about toxic relationships and inevitable betrayals that they mentally rehearse a breakup before a date finishes. The endless swiping creates a cycle of deep isolation. Our basic desire for connection hasn't changed, but modern progress has collided with our ancient mating instincts, causing the entire social system to lock up. To understand the collapse, we have to look at the evolutionary mismatch. While our society is high-tech and progressive, our subconscious brains are still running operating systems wired for ancient survival, and those systems dictate vastly different priorities for men and women. When men evaluate a potential long-term partner, their subconscious prioritizes physical beauty, a marker of fertility, and domestic stability. Women are wired to ensure offspring survival. Their drive prioritizes resources, status, and security. This creates a biological gridlock. As women achieve financial independence, they still grapple with hypergamy, the subconscious drive to mate up. A woman earning a high salary is often chemically wired to require a partner who earns even more, which drastically shrinks her dating pool. The high-earning men at the top of that pool rarely value a partner's income. Instead, they still seek that ancient standard of domestic peace, and often feel put off by the combative, independent traits that helped a woman succeed in her career. The market effectively collapses. Successful women feel there are no worthy men who meet their status requirements, while successful men refuse to adapt their desires to modern female independence. Social media takes this biological divide and amplifies it. Algorithms prioritize the most extreme, polarized content because outrage drives the most engagement, surrounding users with a distorted view of the opposite gender. This creates an environment of shared delusion. Average earning individuals are constantly fed content convincing them that securing a partner in the top 0.1% of wealth and attractiveness is merely the bare minimum. We've entered the audition effect. Dating apps have Amazonified love, conditioning users to discard compatible humans for trivial flaws because they believe a flawless, optimized product is just one swipe away. For women, this friction is compounded by the patriarchal penalty. Even in progressive households, women are often expected to work a full-time job while still performing the majority of domestic labor and making the primary career sacrifices for the family. When you look at the economics, the current social contract often yields a negative return on investment for a woman's time and energy. For many, staying single is simply a more rational choice. Treating relationships like optimized consumer products and refusing to update archaic roles creates a system where nobody is ever good enough. Because humans are struggling to compromise, the market is offering a synthetic alternative. We are seeing a rapid shift toward AI companions and humanoid robots designed to fulfill our evolutionary needs without the friction of a real person. For women, AI boyfriends like China's Catbox are capturing millions of users. These programs offer perfect emotional availability and tailored listening, with zero domestic or patriarchal demands. For men, the shift is toward the physical. There's already a billion-dollar market for AI girlfriends and sex robots, promising intimacy and peace without the societal pressure of having to be a financial provider. This shift toward synthetic partners is a precision-engineered bypass to our evolutionary gridlock. It gives both genders exactly what their subconscious desires, packaged as a convenient, frictionless subscription. While a chatbot might solve an individual's friction, the abandonment of marriage triggers a demographic collapse. fertility rates are dropping well below the replacement level of 2.1 in almost every developed nation. This collapse has severe economic consequences. Without a next generation of workers, modern economies will eventually lack the tax base required to adequately support national infrastructure, healthcare, or pensions for the elderly. Beyond economics, we are facing widespread social isolation. In Japan, 1 in 3 deaths in urban areas now happens alone. We are on a timeline where an entire generation may age and die without a spouse, siblings, or children nearby. A truly successful relationship was never intended to be a flawless consumer transaction. It requires friendship, compromise, and mutual respect. If we don't move past the Amazonification of our dating lives, we may find we have automated human connection out of existence.